A woman came to me one day. She said, 6 weeks ago I just came back from Korea, Japan, China, and the Philippines. She came into my office weeping. I asked her, what is your trouble? She said, my husband has gone to court to file for divorce. I asked, what did you do? She said, nothing. So I asked her again, do you want your husband back? She replied, he is the father of my 4 children. He is the husband of my youth. We've been married for 23 years. I don't want him to go. And I roared, call him back. I asked her, what is his name? She said, John. So I said, John, pick up your papers and take him away. John is coming back. She looked at me and asked, what do I do? I told her nothing. She said, what did you say? I answered, John is coming back. Then she said, but John has left town. And I said, the same transport that took him will bring him back. 24 hours later, John did not return with a car. He flew back. When he saw his wife, he said, I couldn't sleep. His wife cried, you are the problem, John. John replied, no, you are my problem. And you know, when a husband and wife are fighting, one of them is always the problem. After 5 minutes of argument, the wife finally said, let's go and see our archbishop. So John brought his wife, still in tears, and walked into my office. He said, Papa, I couldn't sleep. Everything about me kept saying, go back. So I flew down. I want you to beg my wife to marry me again. I've come to collect the papers I filed. The wife began to cry, the husband too. I looked at John and said, you are in my office now. Tell me, what happened? Why did you file for divorce? John replied, I don't know at all. I just woke up and thought I didn't need my home anymore. I had no strength to continue. I asked him what went wrong. He said, I lost the strength to continue. So I asked, what did your wife do? He said, she did nothing. Then I asked him, did you think about your children? You're the only father they have. John answered, I lost my memory. I couldn't think of my wife. I couldn't think of my children. Help me. And I told him, the greatest thing I have found in over 30 years of walking with God is this. No one who ever cries, God help me, has God ever denied help. Then the wife turned to him and said, John, it was just yesterday morning I ran to Papa to tell him what you had done, and I told him I want you back. John asked, what time? She replied, 11 o'clock. John said at 11:15 I was in a meeting. I stepped out to the bathroom, and suddenly it was like a loudspeaker in my ears saying, John, go home. I asked him, do you know who was calling you? He said, no. I told him I was the one calling you. John looked at me and said, the voice sounded exactly like yours. And I answered, yes, it was me. Spiritual life is not mystic. When you choose to walk with God, you step into mystery. God can intervene anytime. God can come down even when you are not ready. And John said, I left that meeting immediately. The attendant said, John, we're not done yet. But I told them, the call I received in the bathroom is greater than this meeting. Beloved, if God could cancel a divorce in 24 hours, if he could call a man back from the brink of destroying his home, then there's no situation in your life too hard for him. That sickness that looks final, God can turn it around. That financial burden that looks impossible, God can lift it. That child that seems lost, God can call them back. Hear me, no one who ever cries, Lord, help me, has God ever denied help. So today I charge you, cry out, declare the word, stand in faith. Because the same God who restored John and his family is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Your story will not end in shame. Your situation will not end in defeat. God will step in for you, and the world will testify.